Video is brought to you in part by Backyard Wrestling History. Go and subscribe to their channel. Enjoy. Welcome to Madness, my Hatters. In this world, you will find strange tales, twisted adventures, and curious thoughts that dare to challenge the boundaries of imagination. Welcome to Diary of the Mad Hatter.
I want to ask this because I know we talked about influences and stuff like that. So, who is your favorite past wrestler and favorite current wrestler?
Ooh. You want to go first? You need time. Because I got an answer. Go ahead. You got time? You need time?
Yeah. You need time.
It's weird to say present because the dude's been wrestling for almost 25 years. But my two favorite wrestlers right now have been CM Punk and AJ Styles.
Okay.
And it's weird for them to be like, oh, current, because I started watching them in 2002.
Okay.
You know, I started watching AJ Styles in TNA back in 2002 when he was X Division champion, feuding with Jerry Lynn and Low Ki.
Right.
And I remember Raven in Ring of Honor CM Punk feuding with Raven in Ring of Honor.
I remember that.
You know,
I saw that.
But then even to this day, like AJ Styles, he's earned that nickname Phenomenal because he's incredible in the ring.
Right.
You know, and he's not just a flippy dippy dude. Like, he tells a story with everything he's doing. You know, even back in like 04, he had a feud with Abyss, and he made Abyss look like a fucking $1 million bumping around for this guy. You know, and then CM Punk, CM Punk is such a huge draw. When he came back to AEW, he sold out a stadium just on the rumor he would be there.
Yeah, and then that surprise entrance he did at Survivor Series.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you go back to the first dance when he debuted in AEW, you had fans in the audience in tears.
I actually watched it. No, so I'm not really that big on AEW, but when CM Punk, when Code of Personality started playing. I was just like the black guy who saw the Undertaker street get broken. I was just like,
it's still one of the biggest reactions in wrestling is his debut in AEW, because nobody thought it would happen. Because for 7 years, you know, he was just burnt out and just done with the wrestling business.
Not to mention that whole fiasco with UFC and everything.
Yeah. So CM Punk and AJ Styles are definitely. They've definitely been my top two for a while. I still love Raven. Like, in the late 90s and early 2000s, Raven was great. You know, when he was at ECW. Even his stuff in WCW, with DDP and stuff, that was great. You know? So those are my... Because a part of me is like, well, you should probably pick someone newer than fucking...
Well, I mean, you can use both.
To me, current just means someone that's doing it right
now.
Yeah.
So I guess you can use both in the sense.
Although I'm not gonna lie, I do love me some Kevin Owens. I do love me.
Yeah.
Y'all see I showed you the shirt he
wore. Kevin Owens is actually pretty amazing.
I love me some Kevin Owens. I hope he gets the belt again.
Me too. You know. Here's to that next title run.
Let's go.
Joaquin, how about you, man?
Okay, so I got 2 and 2, honestly.
Two.
My two favorite former wrestlers, Dean Malenko and Kurt Angle.
Dean Malenko and Kurt Angle. I used to love the work that Kurt Angle did when he first came out. His arrogance made you hate him, and I think he did that on purpose. It was, you're Olympic hero, and you should do this, and 3 eyes, and that was just like, I don't like this guy, and he did it on purpose. Dean Malenko, for me, I don't know.
It's one of those things where you had to be there, and you're a guy that's only watched WWE. His best work was not in WWE. His best work was in WCW.
Agreed.
There was actually him, that whole Radicals group. Like, I was a fan of all of them, like Perry Saturn, Dean, even He Who Shall Not Be Mentioned, Eddie Guerrero. You know, before they moved to the E, they actually informed my style as a backyard wrestler, like the technical, the submission, the working people down, and the ground and pound, the make you tap. Like, they were my guys. And then, like, Kurt Angle is a favorite because of all the folks like, when I started watching WWE, it's because I didn't have a choice, because when I moved from Arkansas to here, I didn't have cable anymore. My grandparents were dead set against it. So I had to watch SmackDown.
Yeah.
And here was this guy who was wrestling like in the style that I really, and he was the only guy on the roster that was allowed to wrestle that way. It was always frustrating. Like, he's the only guy allowed to do belly to bellies, the only guy allowed to do submissions like that. I mean, Dean Malenko was there, Chris Benoit was there, but there was only so much they were gonna do. Like from the very beginning, from when I started, it took a while to get Dean up and Chris up, but Kurt was doing that from jump, and so I immediately latched on to Kurt because he did what I liked. And then like Kurt had an amazing run in TNA. You know, some of the best wrestling he's had might have been like after he left the E, and like he was dope. And I say he, you know, old school former because he's no longer wrestling like that anymore.
Yeah.
Same with Dean.
Yeah.
Current guy, you know, AJ Styles would have been my pick, but you've taken that, so I got to go with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega can make anything look. The dude has wrestled a blow up doll, and it still looks entertaining. You know what I mean? I know Jim Cornette hates his guts, but like, you know, Kenny took a year off from wrestling last year to fight like a rare.
I think it was diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis, yeah. And like I've been watching him since he's come back, and he hasn't lost a step.
Right.
Like, so yeah, Kenny is one of the current GOATs. And your other guy was AJ Styles and CM Punk. Now, I haven't watched a lot of Punk. You know what I mean? Like I remember back when, like, I know the Pepsi plunge was a dope idea, and I still think he should do it. But even though he's older and stuff, I still think he should fucking do it. You know, but he's not gonna do it. But
he did to Joe in Wembley.
No, oh yeah, that's right. Did Joe in Wembley. But like, yeah, I mean, Kenny Omega, and then like my up and comer, like somebody that I'm really interested in seeing how their career grows, MJF.
Oh my God, that guy is such an asshole.
He's a great heel.
He is, and that's why he's a great heel, because he's such an asshole, and he's so freaking. Oh my goodness, he knows how to draw hate.
Thank you for watching this clip. Stay tuned for further clips, and if you missed the last one, go check it out. Till then, go check out Backyard Wrestling History, and as a reminder that kindness is always free, and I'm cheap as fuck. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay mad, my hatters.